Hello everyone, welcome back. Just wanted to do another quick tutorial video on one of our downloadables. This is the season training tracker. So this was created by one of our own, Coach Ben Utesh. He's pretty much a whiz with the Excel sheet. So I'll show you where to get this on the website where you can download it for free and use it how you will. I think this is really good for coaches, but also for swimmers. So what this is going to do essentially, this column is the most important here on the left. And it's going to tally as you input the yards and what you're doing for those yards. It's going to tally throughout the whole season how much you've done, and it's going to automatically calculate the percentage, like what percentage of like stroke you did, what percentage of freestyle, what percentage of kicking, and then it's even broken down into all these different categories or speeds or interval speeds. Now we have these like presets into the tracker. If these are not the ones that you use, you don't have to use them. There's oh, actually I'll get myself out of the way here. There's a whole way on the front page on how to modify and adjust the categories if you want to. So you don't have to stick with these, but for today, I'll just kind of show you what we do. There's also an explanation on how to use this. I won't go through it all, but I'll just show you kind of how this works. So this is the front page, which is going to show you your season totals, right? And then at the very bottom, there's tabs here, week 1, week 2, week 3, all the way to week 18. And so you don't have to use them all, but we give you these options. And what you'll see on each page is a weekly, like day-by-day workout. So this is, I'll zoom in here a little bit so we can get a better idea of what's going on. So for instance, this column is Monday, and this is a Monday AM. And if you do 2 workouts a day, you have a Monday PM down here at the bottom. Again, if you don't use them all, you can leave them empty. It's not a big deal. And then for each day, we have like primary stroke, which for most people is freestyle. And then these are your different speeds or training levels. So for us, we use kind of four or five major ones. So aerobic endurance, which is like your mile type sprinting, swimming. Aerobic power is like your 200 pace. Lactate is 100 pace. Speed is like 25 and 50 pace. And then drill, and then these empty slots are for you to change. So if you have something you want to add, it's easier for you to just add it rather than change everything. So that's why there's these empty slots here. And so we do the same thing for secondary stroke, kicking, and individual medley. But again, this is what we do. You can put in whatever you want, and there's an explanation on how to change that. So what are we actually going to do here? So you write your workouts for the week, and you've got all these different sets, and they're doing all kinds of things. And what we're going to do is we're going to quantify how many yards or time, probably yards. We're going to quantify how many yards you've spent in each of these categories, and this is going to keep a running tally throughout the season. So for instance, let's say, and you'll see here, these are the weekly totals, but it's also going to update on that first page for the season totals, and I'll show you. So let's say, you know, on Monday morning we did 2,000 of aerobic endurance for freestyle, and then we did like 500 yards of speed for our secondary stroke, and then we did like another 500 yards of dolphin kicking. And as you can see, as I'm typing these in, the numbers are starting to update here, right? So for the week, we did, here at the bottom, we did 3,000 yards, this is just Monday, for instance, and 2,000 of it, or 66%, was aerobic endurance, 500 or 16% was secondary stroke, and so on and so forth, right? So as you fill this out, all of this gets updated. So like on Tuesday, let's say we come in and we do 1,000 yards of aerobic power, and another 1,000 yards of aerobic endurance, and then we did 500 of IM kicking. And so now you can see all these numbers are starting to automatically update, and so we're up to 6,000 yards for the week, and it kind of gives you the breakdown on the side. Now if we go back to our season here on the first page, you can see that these numbers have started filling out for us, right? And it's going to keep a running tab throughout the season. So if we go to, so that was week 1, right? So if we go to like week 4, and we start entering in different numbers and just kind of putting in random things here and there, 1,000, let's do 500 of freestyle sprint kicking, another 1,000 of IM endurance. So again, you have your weekly totals here, but then you also get a season, it's starting to update. And so kids, I mean, if you use this every season, the kids can actually track and see how much yards they've done of what every season. They can kind of use it as a gamification to try to beat themselves every season and kind of monitor things throughout the course of their swimming careers. Coaches can use this to help, you know, let's say you do a whole season and the swimmers, like, they didn't have enough endurance at the championship meet. Well, now you need to look back and see, well, how much endurance stuff did I do? Did I do only 20% of my yards was endurance? Maybe I need to up that to 30, 40%. The strokes were suffering. Maybe I need to focus more on this box, and you kind of bring that up in the next season. Maybe the kicking was weak. So this can kind of identify or relate weaknesses you see at the end of the season to how you actually train throughout the season. So I think it can be a really useful tool for coaches and swimmers. So let me show you where to get this. If you go to our website, swimsmarttoday.com, maybe I'll make myself a little smaller and out of the way. Definitely sign up, get your 10% off, use it on whatever you like. If you go up to the bookstore tab, free downloadables, or if you just search downloadables, we have a whole bunch of these here. Today we went through the, where is it? Training tracker, this one. So you just click the button, add to cart. When you check out, you'll get a link to download the Excel file. Hopefully one day it'll be in a nice, pretty app that you can just do on your phone on deck. But until that time, we're kind of old school, and I hope you enjoy it. Thanks.